royalty stool going back over 500 years is stored. So this disgusting bucket of pus, this maggot-ridden Nazi piece of filth, gets up there every day, and people wipe her disgusting hind end. I mean, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Groom my stool, groom it, oh yeah. Wipe 5 times. Shoo, little black man, shoo. Groom my stool, groom it, oh yeah.
You gotta fight.
Wipe 5 times.
Right.
Groom my stool, groom it, oh yeah. Wipe 5 times.
Go back to the Queen's England. Groom of the stool.
Wipe 5 times. Groom it, oh yeah. And it's kind of like the way you let a fart out in church.
And you can't give me a smile? Wasn't that fun?
Of course they teach you that they don't have any power and just forget about them. Real wealth wants to just kind of sit back in the background. But the facts are, there's a woman on earth, of all the dozens and dozens of commonwealths and semi-commonwealths, who has total veto power. So you deliver. You kill your people for the New World Order, because that's what Dutch Rothschild and the Queen of England and David Rockefeller want. These are the people that have got to be stopped if we've got any future. Henry Paulson, Ted Turner, David Rockefeller, Queen Elizabeth, her sons, her husband. You can't photograph royalty worldwide, but you can photograph anybody else in public, but not royalty, because they're the bastards that own Dutch Rothschild, BP. They own the banks. I'm just sick of it. I've been put in a jail cell by this piece of trash who thinks I'm her slave. Listen to me, Queen Beatrix. You don't own me, eugenicist. Your Nazi father that set up the World Wildlife Fund and was a top Nazi and wants to fund eugenics. I'm sick of you. Just at a fundamental level, I am not this piece of trash's slave. You can't photograph the god. She doesn't even wipe her own hind end. She goes up on a throne and craps. I don't want to get into more detail, but then they pick with their bare hands with respect. We have a name for it around here when one uses it's Queen Elizabeth II due to the and every jar of urine, it's not put into water. That would defile it. Is stored, and all of the royalty stool going back over 500 years is stored. So this disgusting bucket of pus, this maggot-ridden Nazi piece of filth, gets up there every day, and people wipe her disgusting hind end. I mean, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Well, their pus was so holy that came out of their festering wounds, it had to be sucked. Oh, there they are. There's the demonic. There is the top Nazi in the world, the Queen, with the second Nazi, Prince Philip, who just literally raves and hates black. Shoo, little black man, shoo. Groom my stool. Groom it, oh yes. Wipe 5 times. It'll get better, you wretched knave. He literally starts bossing him. Turn around, filth. No, oh, God, you piece of trash. Oh, God. I mean, I'm sorry, it's too ridiculous. I can't handle it anymore. Arrest them all. Arrest her. Arrest them. Arrest the criminals. You know, I really hate Queen Elizabeth II. Oh, but the Queen doesn't have any power. No. And they just literally own half the planet. And meanwhile, there's some old woman dressed up with a crown on her head with a dirty look on her face with some monkey-looking crazy Nazi husband who looks like a spoiled 12-year-old Ritalin head. And it's like, oh, how wonderful. Oh, it's disgusting. Some murderous mafia chief who breeds all these little Nazi children up there perching on top of us with her pot belly, and we're all running around worshiping her. It's so anti-American, so anti-freedom, it makes me literally nauseous to look at that crone. It's disgusting. And she's got all these PR firms out there to sell you how good she is. And I've got to look at this monkey in a royal outfit with diamonds all over. I mean, it's an old gorilla, an albino gorilla. These people are so stupid. These elitists have all these smart people working for them that uphold the whole system. But these bumbling idiots don't even know how to wipe their own behinds, literally. We're not trying to be a comedy. It's just reality. Now, they teach everybody the Queen has no power. I've done the research. This woman owns and controls more than 40 countries. And it's not ceremonial. She got to power. It's the parliament that's ceremonial. See, we are owned by her and her cousin, Queen Beatrix. They've taken us over through fraud. Realize it. If you don't face it, we can't stop it. And her crown, her symbols are all over the highways in Canada, England. I've been to England. They shut down whole areas of London every day and major roads, saying the Queen has decided to shut down the roads today. The Queen has decided no outdoor advertising in England because she doesn't like looking at it. But then you're taught, oh, they're cute, they're funny. You know who's always run the world opium monopoly? That's the Queen. And that's mainline history. They run the smack. I mean, they need that smack, man. They need that money. You can go read the minutes of it where the Queen of England takes over any country she wants. We hear Prince Harry's the #1 terror target in Europe. Oh, what a good little young hero. He's got Al-Qaeda after him. They run almost everything. Charles spoke after arriving at the Manchester by royal train, pulled by a coal-fired steam locomotive. One trip of the train cost more than £1 million. Charles spoke after arriving in Manchester. My royal train, pulled by coal-fired steam locomotive. Oh, dreadful! The plants will love the carbon dioxide that spews from the maw of the train. He continued, if the change is a myth, why are the sea levels at more than 6 inches? Sorry, Charles. People aren't listening to you anymore, and your eugenicist father. Did you know the Emperor of Japan bows I've seen it on television, goes to events every decade or so at the Tower of London to give fealty to the Queen as the head of all royalty worldwide? Because if you don't, she'll overthrow your country and kill you.
Wipe 5 times. Go back to the Queen's England! Groom of the Stool!
I can't handle it anymore. Oh, my God.